Lots of rumours that Ronaldo might move this summer, so I thought I'd test it out in Foot Manchester to see which club would be best for him. So I've sent him off to 7 clubs, plus Manchester United as a baseline, to see how he'd get on which club would suit him best. So we'll start off with Manchester United as the baseline, then we know if he does better or worse from there. We can use this as the level point to see whether he should leave Manchester United to go to one of these other clubs. So at Manchester United he gets 30 Premier League appearances, 37 appearances in total because he gets 4 also in the Europa League and a couple of FA Cup appearances and League Cup appearances. 16 goals and 1 assist in the Premier League, a couple of goals in the other competitions as well. But he has a 7.29 overall rating, a 7.3 in the Premier League, 7.32 in the Europa League. So he played a fair amount of matches, but let's see how Man United got. So Manchester United finished 4th in the Premier League. Cristiano Ronaldo was their top scorer there. Chelsea won the league, but Manchester United got 71 points. So it was a reasonable showing. They managed to get Champions League football once again, which is what Ronaldo really wants to be playing this season anyway. He was also top scorer for them in the Europa League, but they got knocked out by Roma. They did win the FA Cup. Marcus Rashford was the top scorer there, but Ronaldo himself only made 2 FA Cup appearances and didn't score, so I don't know how much he contributed to that. And they were knocked out in the Carabao Cup in the 3rd round. So if we're going to give each of these seasons a rating, I'll probably give the United season a C+. It provides a good baseline. They won the FA Cup, but he wasn't utilised much. They got Champions League football, but it's not winning the league or anything. He didn't get any other silverware here. He didn't get to play Champions League football this season. So we'll go with a C+ for United. So let's see how it gets on at those other clubs then and see whether any of these other teams are better for Ronaldo to move to. So the first club I sent Ronaldo to was the French super club PSG. You can see here he had a pretty solid season in the league. Ligue 1, he played 23 times, 4 sub appearances as well, 20 goals, no assists, but a 7.66 rating. Champions League again, 10 appearances, 6 goals, a 7.5 there. The French Cup, 5 appearances, 2 goals, 7.42. So he has a really solid season at PSG, but maybe, you know, the opposition's a bit weaker than the Premier League and some of the other leagues. So is this too easy for Ronaldo? Perhaps. In terms of the league, PSG won by a long way, but you can see Kylian Mbappe was the top goal scorer, a lot more goals than Ronaldo there, and the highest average rating was Lionel Messi. So if Ronaldo's going into the team, he's not the best player in terms of average rating or goal scoring. In the Champions League, he was their top goal scorer, though he didn't get the highest number of ratings, and they were knocked out in the quarterfinals by Juventus, so no silverware there. They did win the French Cup, but Ronaldo barely featured in that. Icardi and Draxler were featured. I mean, this highlights how many players PSG have at their disposal that they can bring out. Messi, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Neymar, Icardi, Draxler, and Ronaldo's not really going to get much of a look in here. So if his aim was to get more matches, he's not really got these at PSG. So I think they did win the league and the cup in France, but Ronaldo wasn't featured as much as perhaps he would like. One of the reasons perhaps he wants to leave Man United is that he feels like he's being sidelined by Erik ten Hag. Is he going to be more sidelined if he went to somewhere like PSG where there's superstars like Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, etc.? It's possibly just become another player in the system there. And they didn't come away with a Champions League trophy. So based on that, I think I'll give Ronaldo's time at PSG a B-. So let's see where we send him next. The second club I sent Ronaldo to was Bayern Munich, so this time he has gone to Germany to the super club there. In the Bundesliga, he got even less appearances than he got at Ligue 1 with PSG. He only had 12 league starts, 8 substitution starts, 6 goals, so a really weak Bundesliga performance compared to what we've already seen with him with United and PSG. 6 goals, 1 assist, 7.19 rating. He did put in a man of the match performance in the UEFA Super Cup. He got 2 goals in the 1 match that there was there. And a pretty solid showing in the Champions League. He had 5 starts, 6 substitute appearances, and he got 4 goals in that competition along with an assist and a 7.36 average rating. And he made 1 start and 2 substitute appearances in the cup with 1 goal there. So let's see what he won with Bayern Munich. Again, as you might expect, Bayern Munich won the league by a big gap of 20 points, but he wasn't the highest average rating, 7.63 for Manuel Neuer. He wasn't the highest goal scorer, that's Sadio Mane. Even in the Champions League, Sadio Mane was the team's high goal scorer. He did manage to score in the final, but he only came off as a substitute. We already saw he put in that man of the match performance in the Super Cup, and he got the German Cup, but only runner-up in the German Super Cup. So if we're going to award a grade to his time at Bayern Munich, he did win the league, he did win some cups, he did score in the final of the Champions League, he did win the Champions League, but he didn't get to play loads and loads, and this was going to be an issue for Ronaldo as it is at United, so I'm going to give him a B for his time at Bayern Munich. For Ronaldo's third club, I kept him in England and I sent him to Chelsea. And you can see at Chelsea had a fairly solid season, 30 league starts and 4 substitute appearances. And in that time, I managed to get 13 goals and 2 assists. Coming out with an average rating of 7.15, so not quite as much as some of the other clubs, but still a decent showing. Just had 9 Champions League appearances, no sub appearances, but 4 goals, 5 FA Cup starts and 1 sub appearance with 3 goals, and a Carabao Cup sub appearance. So let's see if he brought any silverware to Chelsea. So even though Chelsea won the league when Ronaldo was at Man United, this time around they only managed 3rd. Ronaldo is the top goal scorer, he didn't get the highest average rating, but he got 13 goals in the league for Chelsea, and they ended up on 73 points. So they're 12 points off Liverpool and City, a bit off the pace, but Ronaldo is pretty key in that lineup. In the Champions League, they were knocked out in the quarterfinal by PSG, and in fact, they brought Zlatan in to partner Ronaldo. Between the two of them, that's nearly 80 years of age. But he did share the goal-scoring spoils with Ibrahimovic in the FA Cup. Both of them scored 3, and they went on to win that competition. Carabao Cup, however, they were knocked out in the 4th round by Villa. So at Chelsea, he's their top league scorer. He got a fairly decent average rating, but not the best. They only managed third in the league. They didn't get a Champions League. He did manage to win the FA Cup, but we saw he also managed to do that at Man United. So I'm only going to give his Chelsea time a C. The fourth club that I sent Ronaldo to, and in fact I sent him back to Italy, back to Juventus, to see how he would get on at the old lady. He started every single Serie A match, 38 starts, 24 goals, a 7.29 rating. That is a pretty solid season from him. He's getting the match time that he wants there. Champions League, 12 appearances, 7 goals. That probably suggests they got quite far. We'll find out in a second. Coppa Italia, 4 starts, 1 sub appearance, 3 goals in that. And he played the PS5 Super Cup as well. So it looks like by that 1 sub appearance in the Coppa Italia, I think Ronaldo's probably played every single match this season at Juventus. And he scored 34 goals for them. So that looks pretty solid so far. Oh, and it's close, but they didn't win Serie A. Inter Milan won the league with 86 points. Juventus only got 81 points. They lost 5 matches, but Ronaldo did play every single one of them. He is their top goal scorer with 24 goals. Champions League, they got all the way to the semi-final where they were knocked out by Ronaldo's former club, Real Madrid, but he got 7 goals in that competition. They won the Coppa Italia and he shared the spoils with Moise Kean and Vlahovic, 3 goals for each of them. And of course, he won the PS5 Super Cup with them as well. So his Juve experience is pretty solid. He gets lots and lots and lots of games. Considering Moise Kean's there, Vlahovic is there. Juventus went to a 2 up top system, so they played Vlahovic and Ronaldo in the system. But that lack of Serie A win dents them a little bit. No Champions League. He's only won some cups. So I'm going to give his Juventus time a C+. For the 5th team I sent Ronaldo to, I have done the unthinkable and sent him to Manchester City. It was rumoured just over a year ago that in fact it was Man City he was going to be going to before he did eventually return to Manchester United. So we're seeing what would have happened had he gone to Man City. Bearing in mind they've just signed Erling Haaland, they use Ronaldo in a bit of a bit part player. He only has 9 starts in the Premier League but 17 substitute appearances, 9 goals, gets 7.14 average rating. Champions League also only 2 starts, 8 substitute appearances, 4 goals. FA Cup only 2 starts, and the Community Shield he just has a substitute appearance. But he does win the league with them, beating Arsenal out by 1 point. Man City got 90 points. Bernardo Silva interestingly shared the top goal scorer with Erling Haaland, 16 goals each. Phil Foden with the highest average rating. In the Champions League, Manchester City are the winners of the Champions League. Erling Haaland scoring 7 goals, so he got the most goals. Phil Foden actually scored a hat-trick in the final. Ronaldo didn't even get to play in the final. So he has won the Champions League at Manchester City, much like he did at Bayern, but again, not many games on his way to doing it. FA Cup, they're knocked out in the 5th round by Brighton. Haaland is their top goal scorer there. And the Carabao Cup, they were knocked out in the 4th round by his former club, Manchester United. So a solid time at Manchester City for Ronaldo in terms of titles. They get a Champions League, they get a Premier League, but he's not the main man there. Foden, Silva, Haaland, these players are all much more key to that Manchester City team. So I'm only going to give him a B for his time at Manchester City. For the penultimate team, I've sent him to a rivals of a former team of his to join up with Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid. It has been rumoured this summer that he might have been going there, and he has a fairly average season there. 30 starts, 4 sub appearances, 16 goals. It's a decent goal scoring record, but he only gets a 7.10 on the average rating. Champions League, 4 starts, 2 sub appearances, 0 goals. And Europa League, 2 starts and only 1 goal. So perhaps you can already guess how this is going to go for him at Atletico based on that. And indeed in the Liga, they only finished 4th. They were a long way off Real Madrid and Barcelona. So they did get Champions League football, but even Betis finished above them. He was their top goal scorer though with 16 goals. Champions League, they were knocked out of a group with Man City, Inter and Genk in the group. They only got 2 wins in the whole group. Of course, that puts them into the Europa League, but they were knocked out in the 2nd knockout round by Freiburg. Ronaldo just scoring the 1 goal in the competition. And in the Copa del Rey, they finished as runners-up. They did win the Super Coppa, but this is sort of like a friendly tournament, so we count that a little bit less important. So I think this move to Atletico is probably the worst of his moves so far. He does get a decent goal scoring record in the league, but no trophies, only a 4th place in La Liga, no Champions League goals, knocked out by Freiburg in the Europa League. It's a pretty poor performance for Atletico and for Ronaldo. So I'm going to give this one a D. And the final club that I sent Ronaldo to, I sent him all the way back to his roots, to Sporting Lisbon. It's been a big rumoured transfer this summer, and perhaps not that surprising that he might go back to his original club given his advancing years. Again, he has a fairly solid season. 31 starts, 3 sub appearances, 16 goals once again, 7.32 average rating in the league. Champions League, 9 starts and 1 sub appearance, 3 goals. In the Europa League, he gets 2 appearances but no goals there. In the Cup, 5 starts, 1 sub and 3 goals. That's fairly decent. 7.52 in the Cup as well. But how does he help out Sporting? You see, Sporting finished third, 21 points off Benfica, another 9 points off Porto. Is a long way off. They got Champions League football. He was their top scorer once again, but then again, that's a pretty poor season. In the Champions League, they managed to get to the group stages, but they're knocked out there. Milan and Dortmund going through. Genk at the bottom of their group, they finished third. That did put them into the Europa League, but in the Europa League, they didn't do very much. They got knocked out by Lazio in the 2nd round. The Portuguese Cup, they were knocked out in the semi-final, and the Allianz Cup, they were knocked out in the 3rd phase. So this one might be the worst one of the bunch. He's scored quite a few goals, but this is a much weaker league. They only just scraped Champions League football, barely did anything in the Champions League, nothing in Europa League, nothing in the Cups, no silverware whatsoever for Ronaldo. So unless he has some nostalgia to go back to his homeland, I think this is probably the worst of the moves. I'm giving this one an E. But wait, right as I finished these simulations, a new rumour just came through that Napoli is preparing a swap deal, Osimhen for Ronaldo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap those two players. So we'll send Ronaldo to Napoli, we'll send Osimhen the other way just so it keeps it fair and he's not getting in the way of playing in his position or anything. And we'll see if Napoli is the one that really makes Ronaldo shine this season. So final destination for Ronaldo then was Napoli now, and he got 36 appearances there, so he played nearly every game in the league. 12 goals is not bad, but it's the lowest goals per game record he has so far, a 7.09 rating. Champions League, 5 games, only 1 goal again, 7.08. Coppa Italia, 5 games, no goals. He doesn't really get into the groove of goal scoring while he's at Napoli. In Serie A, he helps Napoli to fourth. That's not too bad. The Italian Serie A is very competitive. There's a lot of good teams in there who can finish in the top 4, 5, 6, 7, or even 8. There's probably a lot of big teams in there. But they only finished on 79 points, so they were good 14 points of Inter at the top of the table. Ronaldo was their top scorer in the division though. In the Champions League, they got knocked out in the group stage. Bayern and Atletico, 2 other teams we saw Ronaldo tested at, knocked them out. Only 1 win out of those matches. Monaco were bottom of the group, and he only scored 1 goal in the competition. The Coppa Italia, they finished as runner-up. We saw that he didn't get them any goals. Giovanni Simeone actually got them 4 goals in the competition, so he propelled them to the final rather than Ronaldo. And in the Europa League, Napoli was knocked out by Manchester United. Emerson Simeone, their top scorers in that competition, so again, Ronaldo doesn't really contribute to that campaign. So I think I'll have to give Ronaldo at Napoli a pretty bad rating. I'm going to give him a D- for his Napoli time. So that was 9 clubs I tested Ronaldo at this season. I didn't give an A to any of them, and the 3 best moves saw him making the least number of appearances where other players were more instrumental in the team. PSG, he got a B-. He only managed to get the league there, but he scored quite a lot of goals. Bayern and Man City, he was the key player at neither of these teams. He got a B. He won a League Cup, he won the Champions League at both those teams. They won the league at both those teams, but he barely plays, he barely features. He's outshone by players like Mane, Bernardo Silva, Sane, Haaland, Phil Foden. All these players score more goals than him at these clubs. So perhaps the truth is at 38, Ronaldo might be just past it, at least in Football Manager terms. He either has to be the top scorer at a club that finishes in 3rd or 4th, or if he's at a team that finishes top, he only plays a bit part role in getting them the Champions League or the league title. Now, I want you to do 2 things in the comments down below. I want you to let me know, 1, where you think Ronaldo should go in real life, and 2, let me know who you think I should test him at in the game. And the comments that get the most likes, I will put them up here as shorts on the channel and over on TikTok as well. Oh, and while you're there, hit that like button and the subscribe button as well. Now, if you want to see another experiment of mine, I did a series where I flipped English football upside down, and you can catch that series right here. Go on.